Hello everybody! I'm thankful for the opportunity to present my talk at this e-conference. Today I'm going to present the spectacle fibula with bone plate from the sanctuary of a female deity on the Acropolis of Phineus in Arcadia. Phineus is located in northeastern Arcadia in the basin of the same name, which lies between the basins of Stymphalos, Orchomenos, Cletor and Lusoi. Ancient Phineus is located at an altitude of about 750 meters above sea level and extended around a hill up to 70 meters high, which lies on the western side of the valley and also functioned as an acropolis. Since 2011, the University of Graz, in cooperation with the EFA Provincias, has been investigating the city wall located on the northern flank of the hill, as well as a sanctuary located on the eastern extension of the hill. Further excavations in Phineus are being carried out by the University of Trier at the Asklepios, which lies southeast of the Acropolis. The finds discussed here come from a sanctuary on the Acropolis, which is a two-phase structure dating to the High Archaic and early Classical periods. In the final construction phase, it is a rectangular building facing southeast, in which many finds remained in situ due to an event of destruction in the late Classical period. Based on the amount and type of jewelry, as well as the votive terracottas, the sanctuary can be attributed to a female deity, who, however, cannot be determined in more detail at the moment. The jewelry or costume components are being worked on as my master thesis. In addition to the fibula, they also include pins, earrings, rings, bracelets, decorative plates, pendants and beads. As in other archaic sanctuaries in the Peloponnese, there are fewer fibulae than needles in Phineus. Of 7 fibulae found, 5 are spectacle fibulae with a bone plate. These can be easily distinguished from ivory specimens by the spongiosa of the bone visible on the back. Cattle shoulder blades were often used to make bone spectacle fibulae. The other 2 fibulae from Phineus are a so-called simple geometric fibula with twisted arc and a Peloponnesian hinged fibula with 3 beads. The spectacle fibulae were divided in 2 groups by chase stabbings, according to the shape and the pattern presented on them. The group known as the type alpha consists of 2 large circles connected by a bridge of 2 intervening smaller circles. The type beta consists of 2 large circles, but this time the intervening smaller circles are placed on a bridge that is larger than the circles themselves. 4 of the 5 fibula plates from Phineus can be assigned to the type alpha, 1 to the type beta. They vary in length between 5.3 and 8.5 centimeters and have a width of 2.5 to 3.8 centimeters and an average thickness of 0.4 centimeters. All fibula plates bear the so-called bull's eye motif, in which other smaller circles fill in the large circles. Other motifs common to fibula plates are braided bands and rosettes or inlays of other materials, such as amber. The fibula of type alpha had inlays, of which, however, nothing has survived. The round depression provided for this purpose are located in the center of both the large and the smaller intervening circles and show an incised center as well as a cross. This can also be observed on the comparison pieces. Corroded fragments of the iron connecting rivets between the bone plate and the supporting fibula show how the plate was attached. They are visible on both the back and the front of the bone plates. The metal fibula on which the decorative plates were attached are only preserved in a fragment on the type alpha plate number 2 and the type beta plate. In contrast to the plates of type alpha, which were attached at 2 points, the type beta has 4 holes for attachment to the fibula. These are distributed along the length of the fibula and have a larger diameter than the holes of type alpha. On the pheniatic example of the type beta, part of the bow of the supporting fibula has survived, including 2 rivets on the back. The rivets of the 2 outer fastening holes are missing. The smooth, even fracture surface of the metal plate bow allow the interpretation that the fibula was deliberately separated from the plate, possibly in order to recycle the metal, but only to the extent of not damaging the plate. If the object had no longer had any value at the time of disassembly, there would definitely have been a damage of the bone plate when the fibula was detached. The lack of fibula in the find material of the temple also speaks for a deliberate separation of the bone plates from the supporting fibula. Spectacle fibula with a plate bow or a bone or ivory plate appear later than the metal counterparts and are made and used roughly between the end of the 8th century and the 6th century BC. Out of 5 spectacle fibulae from Phineus, 4 pieces, the numbers 1 and 3 to 5, can be assigned to undisturbed layers of the sanctuary. Of these plates, number 3 to 5 can definitely be assigned to the first, high archaic phase of the temple. Only the fibula plate number 2 comes from a layer that already contains relocated material from the temple, which possibly arrived there during the construction of the nearby city wall during Hellenistic times. Now, let's move on to the comparison and differences. Spectacle fibula with a bone plate are widespread throughout the area of Greek influence at that time, from the Magna Graecia to Asia Minor. An accumulation within this area was found on the Peloponnese as well as in Asia Minor. However, this could be a result of the state of research and publication, as well as the so far missing spectacle fibula from Peloponnesian tombs. The bone plates are made in one piece and their shape imitates the widespread spectacle fibula made out of metal wire with a figure of 8 loop. Throughout the entire area of distribution of spectacle fibula with bone or ivory plates, there are regional variations and imitations of Greek types, especially in southern Italy, which exist alongside with the imported pieces. Subsequently, metal fibula plates also developed, which in turn imitate those made out of bone. The best comparisons for the fibula from Phineus, they are marked here in green, are mainly found in the Peloponnese or in its closer surroundings. Comparable pieces for the fibula of type alpha are known from the sanctuary of Artemis Himera in neighboring Lusoi, the sanctuary of Artemis Ortia in Sparta, the Heraion of Argos, the Heraion of Perachora, the sanctuary of Apollo on Aegina, or the sanctuary of Aetos on Ithaca. Close comparisons for the type beta pieces come from Olympia and the Heraia of Perachora and Argos, among others. Now let's move on to the Greek fibula from Asia Minor. Similar spectacle fibula with bull's eye decoration also occur in Asia Minor, as already mentioned. Corresponding examples were found in Ephesus, Lindos and Chios, among other places. In contrast to the comparative examples from the Peloponnese and its surroundings, the Asia Minor bone plates often have a smaller or larger number of small circles surrounding the center than the examples already mentioned. The majority of these fibulae from Chios are described by J. Boardman as imports of unknown provenance. In the Magna Graecia region, spectacle fibulae with bone plates imported from Greece were found in Selinunt, Gela, Musumeli, Himera, Syracuse, Locroi and Metapont, among others. The connection between the Magna Graecia and the motherland is shown, for example, in two very similar fibulae decorated with birds from Locra epiciferioi and Hallei in Locris. Local imitations come, for example, from Sala consilina and Gravina di Puglia. Differences to Greek pieces include the decoration and all the material. And now to summarize. Spectacle fibulae with bone plates are found throughout the Greek sphere of influence, from the geometric to the classical period. In contrast to other fully metal fibula types, which are mostly treated under the category of bronze finds or various small finds, a more precise treatment of the plates is often missing. The pieces from Phineus can be assigned to the first, high archaic phase of the temple of a yet unknown female deity. In their form and workmanship, they correspond to the contemporary examples found on and around the Peloponnese. Thank you for your attention.